Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Ask the Expert interview series. Today, I have two wonderful Kentucky Lions. I have Bob Sweat and Chuck Carlson with me today. And we are going to talk all things 2024 U.S.-Canada Lions Forum. So thank you all for being on with me today. You two kind of headed this up. This has been several years ago to try to get it to come to 2020. To Kentucky. So I just want you all to talk about kind of the progression over the years, how that process started and how we were able to get the forum to come to Kentucky. And then obviously 2020 had some different plans of its own. So just tell us about how that process started to get the forum in Louisville.
Well, I started in 2016 to get the forum and got the approval of the council to go ahead and submit our name. We weren't fortunate the first year or two to get the bid. We finally did get the bid for 2020. And then, of course, we all know that nasty word COVID hit, and we had to do a virtual thing. So that transferred that. And the Lions International and the Forum Planning Committee felt kind of bad. So they decided that we would be allowed to have another forum, and they offered us 2024. And of course, I got a team together with Bob's help and everybody else's. After 4 years, we've all got 4 years older, and people have changed and moved out. So it's been a long process, though. But we're fortunate to have it again coming to Louisville.
Yes, and we got a host team, and we. Before we hit the ground running, and we'll do the same thing this time, to get donations, to get sponsors, to get whatever we can as a host committee.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, I know you all have put a lot of work into this, and over the next several months, it will be a lot more work. But for anyone who maybe has never been to a forum, can you just tell us about the forum experience and why people should attend?
I can. There's between 70 and 80 seminars going on, but 2 days, Jack, 48 hours total. Mm-hmm. And we encourage all Lions and all Lions clubs to send their officers, if nothing else, and especially those people in the Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois areas, especially where they're local, they can drive in, send their president and send the secretary, and get all the information you can to take back to your club. Get as many members of your club to come. These sessions are awesome. I've been to at least 15 forums over the years, and they're awesome. The learning experience alone. Chuck, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a nice thing for the average Lion that, it's classes that they teach them to your level. They explain things. You can pick them out. There's fantastic speakers. Not only when you register, you got to remember, you get 4 full meals. You get some entertainment. You get some guest speakers. Your international president will be there. He will be speaking. Plus a lot of comedians and stars and whatever will be in there, and some inspirational, and they try to get the speakers to give something that would enhance the experience you have there.
She will be our international president this year. She will be there, and my brother Tony Bishop, past council chair, and I are also being a facilitator for how to have fun at Lions meetings.
That's a really big feather to have a couple of local Lions there. We also, the neat thing about it this year too is with our project for that, usually the Strides has a walk. It's going to have a Strides event this year. They're going to be making some hats, some derby hats. The stuff will be there. Those who don't want to make a derby hat are going to get to go over to the side there and have a day at the races with some fellow Kentucky Lions putting together some of the stuff that we've been doing for years, having fun and a good time of that nature. So it's a really neat time. We will have, besides, like I say, we also have the incoming president will be our Saturday afternoon speaker, Fabricio. So that'll be a nice time too to meet there again, rub some elbows.
And I'll just throw in my 2 cents. I've been to one forum. We went to the one in Columbus, Ohio a few years ago. And I think it's just the energy that is there is something that is different than a lot of other meetings that I've been to. I mean, you're saying that we're going to seminars and we're learning, but it's not boring or a class, it's not like you're going to school. They make it fun, it's educational. You'll come back to your club with good ideas, ready to get on the ground running with new projects. And just, I felt like there was a lot of energy there. And just getting to be around people who are going through the same thing that your club is going through. There's opportunity to talk about struggles that clubs are having, and then also on the flip side, seeing the successes that clubs are having, and then how you can take that back to your club and implement it. So I think it's a good way to get. Mhm.
I said that 100% right.
Yeah.
And don't feel like you come to this forum and you have to be in class. Go pick the classes you want. There are so many, and you can pick the classes you want. If you want to take them on and off, take them on and off. But we encourage you. Most classrooms are about, correct me if I'm wrong, Chuck, I think hold about 250 people. Is that correct?
Yeah, just depending on the size that kind of register, that's what they'll normally be. And then, like I say, you're only talking 45, 50 minutes. So it's very down to earth. It's not a big fancy fanfare thing. Shorts, lion shirts, jeans. I mean, very rarely, even at dinners, you don't see many people in sport coats and ties unless they want to. It's not that kind of a thing. This is a learning experience to meet some old friends, get some camaraderie, start some new friends, and pick up as many ideas to bring back to your club as possible.
I know this could change over the next couple of months, but is there a number of people that you're expecting to attend the 2024 forum?
Well, all forums start out with kind of a budget, and 2,000 is the preferred number to where you would like to reach. We haven't quite been there in the last couple of years. Me and Bob, we realized in 2020 that figure was going to be 2,500 or 2,700, the rate we were going. So we're a little, like I say, we're within line for the last 3 years. I'd be ecstatic if we reached up to 1,800. I'd like 2,000, but that's kind of where it is. We've got our next deadline is March 31st with the increase for registration goes up. So usually that day, the 30th of March, everybody in the world is trying to get on and the phones are just ringing like crazy. So.
All right. So we know it's going to be in Louisville, but give us a few more details about where it's hosted and just where people can expect to be during their time.
Well, at the KIC Center, the Kentucky International Convention Center, is where almost all of the classes would be held in there. Your meals will be in there. Any of your Strides event stuff will be in there. All your fun time. Galt House is the headquarters hotel. We've got 900 rooms booked in the Galt House. At the Galt House would be the breakfasts that normally would be. So the Midwest breakfast has a room for 500 people to attend. A couple of other classes, North Atlantic, Ohio, a couple other people have breakfast. That will be held at the Galt House. But like I say, all of your classes, other than something that would have to be set aside so that we might have something, would be at the Galt House. Everything else is going to be at the KIC Center. The hotels are all within walking distance. Some provide breakfast, some do not. That kind of like that. As it currently stands, the airport is being redone. Renovation should be completed by Derby Day, they promised me. So we hope it's a little bit smoother transition getting from the airport to the hotels of your choice.
And there's so much to do in downtown Louisville too, you know, at your off time, you know, we have all kinds of free time. There's, you know, the Louisville Sluggers, there's all kinds of bourbon, distilleries and all kinds of bourbon. Bars, I guess I could say, there's, all kinds of tours and all kinds of things. There's museums, there's, beautiful, wonderful restaurants in downtown Louisville. So we encourage everybody to come to Louisville, Kentucky,
The
the
really
weekend
neat-
after Labor Day.
Right. And the thing that's kind of neat about it, I did put an article, which I hope everybody receives in the newsletter that's coming out, about sites that are different. And the key thing too is that the hotel rates, which we have, are good 2 days before the forum and 2 days after. So if you're looking to stay and to visit, there's many sites around there that you can visit. We also have a brand new casino that is from walk between the Galt House and the Kick Center. It's right there on the right-hand side. So there is, like say, many things available for people to see in Louisville. Beautiful city.
A lot of people, Chuck, and we signed up in Reno, said, oh, it's the weekend after Labor Day. We can take a whole week because they get Labor Day off. They want the other days to come in. And there were a lot of people very excited about that being the weekend after Labor Day.
And the last 2 trips that I've been on, most people come up in some really good questions they're asking. A lot of new timers signed up for us the last 2 visits. We're progressing ahead. I think we're going to be excited. I haven't heard anything bad about it. People have been talking about it for the last 4 years, every forum. They can't wait to come back to Louisville. And we're hoping when it comes March 31st, that number's well up in there. I mean, I'd love to have it doubled at that time, but that might be out of reach, but we're hoping.
And also with the international convention being in Australia, that would, I think, change a lot of people's mind about, you know, it's wonderful Australia. I was there in 2011. It was great, but it's very expensive to go and a long trip. So hopefully these people don't quit going to conventions, but come to the forum instead. A lot of people had that. They said they weren't going to Australia. They just couldn't, they didn't want the long trip and the expense of it all.
Mhm.
So come down to Louisville.
Sounds good. And we've mentioned it a couple of times that it is the weekend after Labor Day, but I failed to mention the exact date. So it is September 5th through the 7th, 2024 in Louisville at the Kentucky International Convention Center, with Galt House being the host hotel. But there are several hotels that people can book, and that can be done on the USA Canada forum website. There's a list of the hotels there. So the Galt House is not the only hotel if you would like other options, and they are all pretty close and all walkable. So tell us a little bit about how people sign up to attend, you know, what is the cost, and then what all does that include? I know you mentioned meals and things like that, but how do you sign up for it?
Well, you go on the website and there's a form on there that the U.S. Canada Lions Leadership Forum website, and you just sign up in there. Right now it's $265. You get 4 meals. You get a Thursday dinner with the opening ceremony. You get a Friday lunch, and you get a Saturday lunch and a Saturday dinner. That gives you the opportunity on Friday to go out and do 4th Street, do whatever you want to do. You know, you're on your own, which is a good time. You also, like I say, just the seminars alone are unbelievable. In order to get in to see any of the seminars, you must be registered, and you'll get a lanyard to wear. That's a given. If you're just, you know, working a hotel or something, that's, you know, that's fine. But to get in the Kick Center, you have to be registered to get in. They guard that, you know, it's not just where you open air where anybody can walk in and see what it is. But you're in there. There's going to be a forum store, plenty of shirts, plenty of Lions paraphernalia. There'll be exhibitor booths in there where people are doing. We're working on a couple of them. We think some local Louisville people will be in there. We're hoping that we can get our own Eye Foundation in there. American Printing is supposed to be in there. The new game, the casino, they are interested. So we're excited that we think we have a fill thing. The only thing we're coming up, maybe be short, and also on that same page, and also anybody received a letter, everybody gets a letter from the forum, the newsletter, if you've been in a previous forum, and on there, there's a form for volunteers to sign up. And then that list gets to go to the planning committee, but also to our person in charge of manpower. He gets a copy of that.
And so that website is lionsforum.org. Lionsforum.org. That's where you can go to register. You can see the list of hotels. As we get closer, the list of speakers and presentations will be on there. The form to sign up to volunteer, everything is there on that website. So
And the price, Jennifer, the price, like he said, $265 right now until the end of March, I think. And
Yep.
from March to May,
Right.
it's going to $295, and after May, it's going to $325. So take advantage of this price.
Yeah.
And get in now so you make sure you get a hotel room in the downtown area.
Yeah.
All right. So how can our Kentucky Lions get involved at this point? What is needed? And how do they need to reach out, and who do they need to reach out to?
Well, they reach out to myself or Bob or Tony or Eileen or Karen, which are kind of the top one that we're working on everything. We need volunteers. This can't be accomplished without volunteers. We do need a lot of those. We will get quite a few from people that are coming from other states. They volunteer all the time. But if you're in the forum store, you probably need 20 people in there for every single hour the store is open. Now, of course, it ain't going to be the same ones. They rotate them out. We need help transporting people from the airport. We need people to be packing bags at the hotels. Like I say, now those jobs, you don't have some of the Lions that live close that don't feel like registering, which is a shame, but there's jobs for them if they're not registering. We have positions for them to go to. So we're working on that. But most people like saying the Kick Center is where you want to be because you hit the hotels. We need welcoming people at the airports. You come down the stairs at the airport, you want to have somebody sitting there. I'm not going to have a little sign that says who it is, but they'll see our Lions vest and they'll know what to do, and we'll direct them where they need to go.
Correct. And, we fill a lot of goodie bags, like Chuck said. Every participant gets a bag. So if anybody out there is listening to this, have 2,000 items they'd like to get rid of, we'll probably take them. And then and we'll put them in the bags, but they just got to get to us. And we'd love to have the casino to give us cards or whatever they can, or some of the bourbon places. If they want to donate something to goodie bags, we'll take it.
Yeah, those would be like small. You're looking like somebody wants to advertise by pens. Somebody's got a pen they want to advertise. Something like that will go in. Those are much needed. People kind of expect that when you go and you register, you pick up a little plastic bag. It's going to have all the programs in or everything else. And there's going to be some nice stuff. There might be a list of restaurants that come in the area. We did that the last time. We had a list of restaurants that would offer a discount. So, because like I say, Friday night, you're out. A lot of people go out for breakfast, some of that stuff. So there's plenty, late night. Somebody wants to be able to get a coupon. Usually don't give coupons for free drinks, but at a bar, but that's, those are the things that we're looking for that we really hope to have.
And also a lot of people come in early too. And those coupons are good like Tuesday through Sunday. So that, we'll be working on it. We'll try to get coupon book, or like I'm in Florida right now. When I play golf, we have a coupon book. And like today I'm going to fly, it's $35. Normally it's almost $50. But that's important. And the vendor or the restaurants like doing it too.
Yeah. And so the volunteers that are needed, there's all kinds of different jobs. There are jobs that, you know, require standing. There are jobs that you can sit down the whole time and do. So kind of a job for any ability. I guess what I want to stress is any job that is inside the kick center, like you said, Chuck, those people, even though they're volunteering, they do need to be registered. So if you're wanting to volunteer for the store, a shift or two in there, you do need to be registered. If you're wanting to help Tuesday, Wednesday before, stuff goodie bags at the hotel, not necessarily, you don't have to be registered to do any hotel volunteering slots or airport pickup, that kind of
Airport
thing.
pickup. Yeah, those are all jobs where a lot of people have in 2020 said they could do that. Sitting down jobs, you're just going to be a friendly face, just welcome at each of the hotels. They'll pass out the registration booklets, the goodie bags that Bob spoke about. So just sit down, and it's not an all day. If we can get you work 3 hours, 4 hours, fine. And then go, maybe come back maybe 2 days, 2 different days. Maybe they're a morning person. Because we'll be doing that at each of the hotels we have to do. Packing these bags. A lot of the work is done ahead of time, and we just do a little bit of work, but packing the bags at the Galt House, there's many, many, many jobs. You got a clean, nice looking car you want to help us pick up? We got about 80 people that we have to transport that we do. Some of the local Lions will be doing that. Some of the regular Lions that come in right now, there is no transportation due to COVID. Nobody has signed up their buses anymore. There's no shuttle service from the hotels. And we're working on something there. Like Brother Tony is trying to work something out that he can get some kind of vehicle at the airport. But to transport 2,000 people, that's a little bit big. So you might be on your own. But there's taxis and Ubers. We'll have all that listed prior that somebody can just call up and have an Uber waiting for them. Taxi cabs are plenty available there. They'll put on more because they know the flux of people on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday more, a lot of people will arrive in Louisville at the same time.
At one of the meetings, someone mentioned that they were expecting a large drive-in crowd because Louisville is centrally located and is a driving range of so many people. So that's another thing. Our people from surrounding states can volunteer. We accept volunteers from anywhere. So you don't have to be a Kentucky Lion to volunteer if you're coming in to the forum and you want to get involved with a certain aspect of it. Definitely go to the volunteer page on the forum website and sign up if you're interested in the store or the Strides event. Anything that you've volunteered at in previous events, you're welcome to volunteer at this one again as well.
Right. When we were in Reno registering people, it was amazing the number of people said, I volunteered for the last 10 years. I've volunteered the last 5 years or whatever. And they want to volunteer again. So we took their name and we passed it on to the powers to be. So hopefully we'll see them in Louisville.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Is there anything else that we want to share about the 2024 forum? I know we're going to be doing a few of these videos as we get closer. So we'll have more specific needs as we get closer. We can really reach out and ask, at this time we're short on this, then this. So, but anything right now that we want to talk about for the forum?
The weather is awful, nice in September. Beautiful weather. The horses are out in all of Kentucky. The caves are open if they want to go to a cave. The distilleries are open. It's a fine time of year to visit Louisville.
Right. And like I say, we don't have, there'll be places if somebody wants to go on a tour to visit someplace. You want to go to Kentucky Horse Park, you want to go to Churchill Downs, there'll be ways to get to all of those that people will go on their own if they want a little excursion to go out. It's nice area to visit. Come in a couple of days early, stay a couple of days later. Plenty of things to do. I like to say, besides the classes, which are really that group of educational on the planning committee are really working hard to select enough people in there. We do also have local people that will be participating there on stage. We probably have some ministers, local ministers that'll be there. We'll have a local color guard from one of the high schools is going to be there to bring the colors in and put them away. So there's a lot of stuff and that's kind of neat. And it's really probably one of the friendliest things in the world. Majority of people are all, so friendly. Like I say, it's going to be a good time. We're anticipating just get a few more people signed up and it'll make it nice. We do meet again. We have a couple of meetings coming up here that we'll be meeting and we'll know. But like I say, March 31st is the deadline. So I know this is going to be broadcast sooner. If it's local Kentucky Lions, we're out there. When me and Karen, any of these meetings, we'll sit there and open the computer up and sign you right up. We signed up 3 international directors that hadn't signed up yet when we were in Indiana. So there's plenty of people to get ready to come. So we're happy to be able to do this broadcast. Hope it gets out to a lot of people.
Well, I'm excited for it, looking forward to it. I've been helping kind of with the marketing team. We have a lot of social media posts that will be going out this spring about the fun things to do in Louisville. There is the Louisville AAA baseball team. They are at home that week, so you can go walk down a few blocks and go to a baseball game. You can go across the street and do a bourbon tour. Go down the hill from the Galt House and do a riverboat ride. Go see Muhammad Ali's museum. There's all kinds of things just in walking distance from it. And then if you're driving in, all kinds of stops along your way just throughout Kentucky. I think it's a beautiful state. We have a Mainer here and an Ohioan, and they both seem to like Kentucky. So take it from them. It's not just me. We do have a good state and a lot of things to visit. If you're down kind of my way, there's the Corvette Museum.
Yep.
If you're coming from the south, if you're coming from Bob's way, there's Lexington and Horse Park and all the bourbon in his neck of the woods. So,
And there's farm tours too. You got the Kentucky Horse Park. We can go on forever.
yeah.
There's
Yeah,
there's many. It's just to get there, and I think you'll see. And the thing that's neat when you get like a first timer and they get their little badge underneath here, some of them are saying, well, where is it next year? Where is it? And that's kind of neat when they come up here and they get into something which has been around, because this is the 48th, I believe, that we're going to be having here in Louisville. So we're excited. The thing I think the Kentuckians have to realize, we're inviting 2,000 people to come to your home state. So we got welcome arms. We're anticipating a great time. Thrilled to have anybody here. We'll all have smiles on, even when we're working late at night with some frowns. We will definitely have some smiles, and I think we're going to show people a good time.
Yeah, sounds good. We're show them that Louisville and Kentucky, just in general, good Southern hospitality, and we will welcome everyone and be happy to see everyone when you get here. And I'll just leave it on the note that we definitely need volunteers. That's probably our main push for the next several months. So if you are interested at all in volunteering, please go to the lionsforum.org and fill out that volunteer form and send it in, and then somebody will get in touch with you about getting your place signed up. All right.
Jennifer, thank you for having us. We appreciate the time you've put into this, and we'll welcome everybody to the forum here in September 2024.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer.
Sounds good. Thank you all. And this has been our Ask the Expert interview series. And please go and sign up for the forum before March 31st. Save a few dollars, and we will see you September 5th through 7th.
Okay.
All right, thank you.